When people talk about the worst Atari 2600 game, they usually bring up E.T. And yeah, E.T.'s a pretty bad game, but it's actually better than the movie, because the movie makes you sit through 2 hours of that crap. I usually turn the game off in 2 seconds. The movie is more slow and agonizing. And when I was a kid, my dad took me to the movie and I wanted to walk out because of one reason: there were no Star Destroyers. And I still hate E.T. to this day. Anyway, this game makes E.T. look like a masterpiece. This is Firefly for the Atari 2600, and I can give you several reasons why this game is awful. In fact, they could have called this game E.T. for extra terrible. Normally I like old school games. This isn't one of those review shows where I make fun of old games because it's cool and I don't understand them. I usually love old games because they're the foundation for new games that we play today. So what makes Firefly so terrible as to get dragged through the mud on Classic Game Room? What it comes down to is horrendous gameplay, a concept, and everything else that could possibly be wrong with a video game. They're all wrong with Firefly. This game has no redeemable qualities whatsoever. For starters, this has no relation to the excellent Firefly TV series, which was sadly canceled and still brings a tear to my eye this day. God forbid somebody actually watch a show that's well scripted with excellent acting and plots, characters, and science fiction style. Let's all watch reality television instead about people losing weight. I got off subject. What you're supposed to do is fly around in this Firefly and shoot these enemies that come at you. There's a deformed pumpkin, some snakes. The controls are, I don't even want to use Berserk in the same sentence, but the controls are kind of like Berserk, where you're pointing the direction that you're going to fire, but you can only fire once every like 30 seconds. The enemies leave you with stereotypical, unimaginative Atari items like a diamond ring, crown, and bag of money with a $ sign on it. The instruction manual says the game is best played with the Atari Proline trackball, which is complete bullshit. This game is best played, and really I use the word best as in it's just not as bad as the trackball. It's better played with the controller for the Atari 2600. At least you can fire somewhat more easily. The music is horrible. I'm usually not this critical of a game, but Firefly is an example of what went wrong with the video game industry in 1983. Too many games were being put out that were half complete. And when your Firefly thing gets hit by the enemies, it crashes to the bottom of the screen, and it's like they just didn't finish programming it. It's very difficult to play. It's not fun. It gets boring quickly, and there's no online gameplay. It's not a very common game, so you're not likely to run across Firefly. Consider yourself lucky.